I would say hello. It's cockatoos and kangaroos, and it's extremely beautiful out here. I'm covered, layered with sunscreen, which is a little bit uncomfortable. I was thinking about certain letters that you've sent through to me in recently, and I was also thinking about our ability to make choices in certain situations and how those choices require skill and practice. So you could debate that the word choice isn't really our conventional Hollywood type understanding of choice. Choice is learned, choice is socialized. Hello, hi. Choice is an adaptive strategy where we adapt to. It's not the choice to open or, I need to be careful not to get run over here, not the choice to open a door or close a door or turn on a light. We're talking about the choice to have a feeling or the choice to redirect or replace that feeling or reframe that feeling. I was talking this morning about food choices and how we adjust food choices in our life. And sometimes food choices can be a pattern, a learned pattern. Sometimes food choices can be a trauma response. Sometimes food choices can be an intergenerational trauma response. And I was thinking particularly about my father, who spent some time, I think 6 weeks, maybe longer, in a bunker without food, or he had flour and water. So he loved to eat in excess and saw that as productive. So all of us siblings have grown up with these dysfunctional eating behaviors because when we get together, we overeat, which is what we've learned from our father. And I was saying to my daughter how I passed on this lovely gift of intergenerational trauma with food. But we can see, we can unpack where it's come from and the ability to understand choice. And choice is not a simple phenomenon. And in order to get through in life, it is important to assess the complexity. So in Western society, we tend to have a lot of choice with consumer goods. In some societies, communist societies, they have less choice. They find, or research finds, that we're happier with less choice. And then we know that choice can be a practice, to change our feelings. So somebody may do something that would traditionally hurt a particular person, they would feel upset. The ability to learn to choose to feel differently. So when somebody does the same thing they've always done, whatever it is, I don't know, let you down on a dinner date, or not clean the bathroom when they've promised to clean the bathroom, or maybe it's a strong infidelity, or not paying the bills, whatever the issue is, a minor issue to a major issue, we still choose how to respond. Now, of course, it may seem logical, and you may say, but of course I'm going to be upset. There may be a logical response to a trigger. So your partner doesn't pay the bills, but tells you that the logical response would be frustration at minimum. So there are levels of difficulty here. If someone is unfaithful and your agreement is fidelity, then the obvious logical response is betrayal, frustration, sadness, grief. But we can still practice our response. So when we find those sticky feelings rising up, those angry feelings rising up, whatever they are, I deserve this. This is not fair. This is not right. Really? Is it unfair? Is it not right? Hello. Oh, it's so good to see you. Is it unfair? Is it not right? Is it unreasonable? Well, the interesting thing about life is that there is a lot in life that is unreasonable. You could argue that death is pretty unfair, isn't it? And who's going to escape death? It's pretty unreasonable. Gee whiz, that spoilt my day. This is part of life. This is absolutely part of life. And I certainly don't feel okay about it. What I want to emphasize here is practice. The more we practice a mindful approach to reframing a thought, redirecting a thought, substituting that thought with another thought, the more likely we're going to be able to choose other feelings. I'm not saying smile a contented Mona Lisa smile when someone's unfaithful or doesn't pay the bills, but make a choice. This person has behaved like this before, precedent. Therefore, it is logical that this person is more likely rather than less likely to do this again. What are my choices? Three choices: withdrawal, to withdraw from the situation, change and accept, to accept the, it's going to start raining, accept or to change. That's it. If we continue to engage in a situation where we are feeling hurt or betrayed, then the buck stops with us. And we all have had those experiences, haven't we? We've all had those experiences when we go, really? But I want this. I desire that. I've been setting this goal for so long, it's not fair. Well, we know nobody is inherently going to rescue us. We've got to rescue ourselves. And the first premise of rescue is to get back up and work a strategy out, a strategy for you to move forward, for me to move forward. I'm going to, uh, so you can't hear me. Uh, what a pity you can't hear me. Can you let me know if you can hear me? I'm so sorry, Misty. So it seems some of you, would you let me know if you can? I'll have to stop soon because it's going to rain and I don't really want to be hit by a car. Oh, you can hear me. Okay. I'm using my uh, headphones and there's really poor internet here. And I was walking and I was thinking about three people have asked me questions this morning. One was about diet, and the person was saying, why is it so difficult to change food behaviors? So we had to talk about that. Then another person said to me, why do I keep going back to narcissistic men? How can I increase my self-worth when I keep going back to narcissistic men? And I thought about that. And then another person said to me, you can't choose your feelings. So I was talking about how you can choose your feelings. And hence I started thinking about, oh my goodness, the practice of choice. Have a look at this. This is where I live. It's really stunning. Yeah, Misty, it probably is. I'll stand still for a little while and then I'll stop. Uh, I think that being able to manage feelings, and I'm a pretty intense old character. Managing feelings is really challenging. We tend to have go to feelings too that kind of uh, make up the way we've internalized childhood trauma or childhood experience as well. So we've got our MO, the way we kind of have decided to be. And see, there again, I say the way we decided to be. And you could say to me, but I haven't decided to be this person. We decide to be somebody through a number of micro decisions through life, which results in a macro decision. Ta-da, here I am with all my issues and everything else. What I might do is I might finish this. And if you put your questions underneath this, I can answer at another time because I'm quite inspired by this talk, but I can see that it's not going so well um with the audio. Oh, someone can hear me. God, it's beautiful here. I'm gonna walk a little bit further. Very, very bushy around here, very, very country-like. Oh, now it's gone so still. Can you see the clouds? Oh, looks very, very stormy, doesn't it? Even the birds are hiding. What's about to happen? So I thought I could talk about strategies in practice. and how we change our mindset and shift who we are through practice, through little micro habits and behaviors and thoughts and feelings, where we like reshaping a garden, and how we decide to empty certain plant beds and add fertilizer and water and then wait for the seeds to germinate. It is important to come back to the fact that we have three choices, which are change, withdraw, or accept. That's it. That's absolutely it. If we find ourselves blaming others, then that is a red flag for ourselves. I'm not saying they're blame free. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not a big one for the word blame. I think that it almost rationalizes us not looking at what we can do. And it's not that, I mean, other people need to take accountability for what they do. They need to be responsible for what they do. But that is their path. That is their narrative. Um, if we find ourselves perpetually talking about somebody else's life, hello, massive red flag. What can we do? What's our story? What's our experience? My sister recently was speaking to a therapist and started talking about her children, and the therapist redirected her back to the conversation, saying she wanted advice about her children. The therapist said, talk about your experience. All we can do is talk about our experience. If we find ourselves saying our partner's doing this and this person at work's doing this and this, what's your experience? What can you do? What can you practice around that? Okay, I might finish on that note. Have a think about some questions and I'll answer them. Oh, I'll be so careful. Thanks, Lollipop Gamers. I'm off the road. Look, can see I'm off the road. I'm on the grass. I'm okay. All right, see you later. Uh, yes, yes, it's so hard. Put the questions down below and I answer.